a real thought is I question myself. I think, am I like bugged out? Like, am I nuts that I love this shit so much? And then when I see other cats really doing it and hanging with them and clicking with them, I'm like, dude, because I thought I was fucking nuts because I do this shit way too much. So I'm like, all right, so I am doing the right thing because people do get it. And that's what I always said, like, if you were the only person doing this shit, how long would you last? But I found that my name fits into just about any scenario that I can think of. And I always, it's nothing new that I was doing this. I was doing these drawings for quite some time. And I would see my name in just my day-to-day, you know? Like, I would see a woman walking with an umbrella, and the way the umbrella, like, kind of matched her coat to her shoe, and I would look and I'd say, I could turn that into my name. You know, culture, just randomness of seeing my name. And that's another thing with my name. It seems to fit into these things really well. The roundness, or, you know, I don't know if I can do it with another name. People have asked me, oh, can you do that with my name? And then they got like an 8-letter name, and there's no way I'm putting your 8-letter name into a bag of oranges for you, man. It's just not gonna be a whole catastrophe, you know? Grilled cheese, just crazy shit. Because again, in doing pieces and doing pieces and doing pieces, you reach a point here. This is a classic example of what I would say is traditional me. You know, like, this is what I would be at my best in doing something like that. But when I do other drawings that would say CES, this is me challenging me and implementing things that I'm of thinking of, or part of something that maybe I saw that day or what have you, or had some kind of fucking crazy dream of me being taken away by aliens. I have other compressors that are very loud, and it's like, it's not fun to be bombarded with all kinds of noise when you're painting, you know. I love it though. And don't get it confused, like, it's sometimes people can make things look very easy. Shit's not easy. I like doing little small pieces. I could also bring them back to my house, work on them in my house also. It's not big, massive real estate that it would consume. So it's cool to have this variety of stuff. And I've always done this. So it's something that I feel comfortable in doing, you know, and I end up liking them so much. Sometimes I just hide them and keep them for myself, you know, because so much goes into this little universe, you know. A friend of mine that I grew up with, who actually started me writing, his name was Randy. He was like my neighbor. He was the first person to bring me out to go rack and paint, to go ride on the trains, to go check shit out, and pointing out who's who and what's what and this and that, and showed me whatever, you know, he could at that time. This is probably like early 1983. So when I first started writing, I wrote CES, based upon being influenced by seeing these other guys' work. I really liked the S and the E. I felt that they were very aggressive. By, I think, 85, I changed it to CES. This way I can have the C, I can still have the E and the S, and get that hard, aggressive. That was like my thing, you know? So from like 88 to 92, I didn't write at all. I watched and I checked it out. I really, you know, was just a fan at that point, but I had gotten my license and girlfriends and hanging out and doing all the other wild shit that a young person shouldn't be doing. You know, by 92, I ran into cats that I wrote with back then, and went out with them a couple of times, and I just never looked back from that point till today, really. In the comeback of gathering and meeting with like-minded people, who then introduced me to other like-minded people, and where to get what, the right supplies. And everything was stolen back then. It wasn't like today where with sponsorships or walking into a graffiti shop and buying cans and buying caps, and it's just like it's a whole marketplace, which is great. Evolution, either you with it or you ain't. You can shut off and pretend that these things aren't happening, but they're actually fucking happening, and you could either embrace it or, you know, or shut it out and continue on your path. That's on you. I embrace it for the most part, but the level of which the talent level of graffiti at this point is just astronomical. Like, it can be very intimidating to look and say, they did that shit with spray paint. I actually built this desk, I don't know, last year. It was actually like a legit office desk, but I fucking carved all the wood, made the piping on the sides, and did everything, and painted it. I had friends of mine make me the vinyl lettering and numbers here to have it put on, and it's like an official fucking subway desk, you know. So I love it. The problem is I built it in here, and I don't think I can actually fit it back through the door when, you know, when it's time to go. So, and you know what? I don't think I've ever even sat at it. This is more like it's like a showpiece, you know. It just looks cool. That's how I look at graffiti at that point of style writing. Is you can't run but so far from it, because it's timeless. You know, you can look back into the history of what the 70s cats were doing stylistically, like I said, phase, riff, and on and on and on. From there, you look back to that and you're still blown away by what they were doing. And now to somebody in 2019, that might seem very primitive, but they can't fuck with it, you know. And again, it's an opinion. It's an opinionated game. So nobody could say, no one person can say that this is fact and law, that these are the things and this is what this is. It's opinion, and it's what you like. You can't tell me what to like, you know. I know what I like. I like graffiti style. Lettering.